I bought my lake property to escape the chaos of city life. Nestled in the hills and surrounded by tall pines, the lake came with my land, legally and officially. It had been man-made decades ago and maintained by a system of valves and gates I had full control over. I even built a small cabin and a private dock, enjoying my weekends fishing, kayaking, and watching sunsets. Life was good, until the neighboring HOA decided they had a say in it. At first, it was minor annoyances. HOA members would park near my gate, claiming there was public lake access. There wasn't. Then, paddle boats and inflatables started appearing on my water, with people waving as if we were neighbors on friendly terms. I posted clear signs: private property, no trespassing. They were ignored. I caught Karen, the HOA president, telling others the lake was unclaimed and she was working on getting it recognized as part of the community. She even had the audacity to suggest that I share it since everyone deserves the view. What they didn't know is that this lake wasn't just a pretty pond, it was part of my water management system. I drained it several times a year for maintenance and wildlife control. And because the water level fluctuated so often, I'd marked dangerous submerged stumps and rusted farm debris with hidden steel spikes to prevent trespassers and keep boaters off during low season. One Saturday, I heard loud music and laughter. I looked out to see 5 HOA boats on my lake, complete with coolers, kids, and a floating grill. They'd ignored the signs and launched right from the edge where the fence had been cut. That was it. I walked to the control valve and started the slow drain. The water began receding within minutes. At first, they thought it was funny, like a tide going out. Then, one of the boats scraped something underneath. Another got caught on a jagged spike, tearing a hole in the inflatable. Panic set in fast. People jumped into knee-high water, slipping on the muddy bottom and sharp debris, shouting, crying, wet feet, chaos. I called the sheriff to report trespassers and property damage. By the time authorities arrived, Karen and her crew were limping off my land, shoes in hand, covered in mud and shame. No charges were filed, just a clear warning issued. Now the HOA leaves my lake alone. And Karen? She never brought up public access again. Some lessons are best learned cold, wet, and full of regret.